How often do you guys come and volunteer?
This is my second time.
Where y'all from?
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. Okay. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Tim Burney.
Tim Burney? Ma'am?
Gina Martesi.
Okay. You plan on coming back again? So what was the best part so far? You just working or huh? You like the raccoons? Don't have a lot of raccoons in Tallahassee?
We do that.
Gotcha. I'm just excited. I can't wait to meet the wolves, the grays, and there's 2 or 3 different kinds of wolves here on the preserve. And I've met Wayne, and I haven't met Cynthia yet, but Wayne is a fantastic guy. They're working like crazy on this property, and it's really, really beautiful here. So stick with us. We've got a lot of excitement coming up here in the great outdoors.
I do it all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I love you.
When you were here the last time, did they...
More importantly, since we have to keep them in captivity, they're not stressed out by humans being around them all the time.
What about...
So we do the human imprinting starting at about 10. But we only let them go places stuff like we have it here, not where they're going to be by themselves.
Right.
Like 2 days ago.
So what do you think of the experience? How many wolves have you worked with at the animal hospital?
No.
So is this the first for you?
This is the first, yeah.
So what do you think?
This one over there. Are you going to put that one down or have it? That's okay, Rick. Yeah, he's just going to go hide his head anyway.
What's your name?
Erica.
Erica, where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm originally from Atlanta, but I live here right now. And this is Cindy. She's from Taiwan.
Oh, hi.
And her favorite animals are dogs and wolves, so that's why we're here.
Quick question before I start passing us. Make sure you keep your hands away from their immediate face. And these are actually gray wolves. They're 6 days old wolf.
Have you ever had hands-on experience with wolves at all?
No, just up close with cameras and in different locations, but never hands-on.
Okay. Are you feeling any apprehension towards coming out and getting in with those animals? No? Good, I'm glad.
I dive with sharks, I swim with manatees.
She's married to me. Sorry.
Have you done any research about wolves since when you go back? Do you have a computer? Go look up wolves on the computer, or even go to Seacrest Wolf Preserve, this place. Oh please, oh please.
He may want to be a lot of other things, but
he's proud to be a wolf.
Walker is gray. He's a gray wolf. This is a gray wolf. This is the main species of wolf. But gray is a species. It's not a color. So gray wolves can be made. Yeah, we'll go over all that tour and explain all that. How's that? You may need kind of regrouped in there.
This is the first time you ever held the wolf? What's your name?
I'm Anna.
So what do you think?
She's
They're so cute.
They're so cute. So, are you gonna ask Mom and Dad to get you one?
I don't know. They weren't when these guys came in.
I know, I just go ahead and let them on up.
Okay, well, yeah.
Hey, I swear, we didn't do it. It was them wolves, man. They did it. We're nuts. Let us out of here. Please. We're innocent. Let us out. Please.
Psst. Hey, buddy. You need to come on down to the Seacrest Wolf Preserve. Don't tell anybody, but you'll really have a good time, and you can get us out of here. We know where the loot is. We hit it real good. So come on down to the Seacrest Wolf Preserve here in Chipley, Florida. You won't regret it.
So how many times have you held a wolf?
One.
Once?
No, she was trying to get her.
Is this the first time you've been here?
Yes.
Where y'all from?
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. Good.
She just wanted to photograph her
We didn't know we had something so cool so close.
Just got married on Sunday.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
We just need everybody in it. And everybody use the hand sanitizer, right? Okay. Just find a chair. Can I have that calendar here?
Sometimes it's hard to get them
Is it hard to them bottle feed?
Sometimes they get a little frantic and it's hard to get them started.
But they've never had anything else, right?
Well,
Just
yeah,
bottle
they
fed.
stay with their mom till they're 10 days.
Oh, okay. Now, if somebody calls and says we have a wolf that needs protecting, okay, and it's been in the wild or what, you take it?
Well, it probably hasn't been in the wild, but there are cases of people that have impulse buy
Yeah, I
and
know.
drug home something they shouldn't have. And since you have to be licensed to have one, that ends up being a problem because people have found them somewhere or somebody, even if they're not really a wolf, a lot of times people have sold things as a wolf. And once it's labeled, it's pretty much labeled. You can't undo that. But no, we're not a rescue, so to speak, or a sanctuary as we are a educational
We
park.
loved it. And we came the first time because he's a big wolf person. So this time we came just in return because we had such a good time the first time.
Where are you from?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama. I'm from Enterprise. Where
I'm
you
from Northport. Northport, Alabama.
Northport, Alabama?
Right by Tuscaloosa.
Okay. That's what grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade, about to go in 6th.
Okay. What did you like about it the last time?
Well, I'm just a big gray wolf fan, and so I just love coming here to see the gray wolves and all the wolves. It was an interesting experience because I'm pretty sure they're the only people that let you go into the enclosures with the wolves. The other people just like,
Did the wolves come up to you?
yeah, some of them will, and some of them just stand around and
Stand in the back.
I'm a baby wolf. Have you ever held a baby wolf? Well, you know you can do it here at the Seacrest Wolf Preserve. And hey, I won't be little forever. So come on down and you can interact with my mom and dad and all our family members. There's 3 or 4 different kinds of wolves here. I don't even know what I am. And hey, you may even be able to help me get a name. So come on down to the Seacrest Wolf Preserve here in Chipley, Florida. I'll be looking for you, okay?
Pretty awesome.
You ever held a wild wolf before?
Never.
Ma'am?
I was gonna say
Your place?
but it'll be the
I'll
team
get
right
paid, but I'm here like 6 days a week.
You are so sweet.
Once we've gone around, if we want to rotate out, and it's turned on.
Yeah, you can just push halfway and adjust, and then
Will it show up on the screen?
no.
So sweet.
That's the speed.
Oh, you are precious.
Dark, like this, so that they camouflage in their den. I just ask that you don't stick your fingers around their mouth, please. That you can pet her all you want.
Daddy, pet it.
And wolves are surprisingly strong. Their strength far surpasses that of a domestic dog at this age, because they have to grow up and mature so much faster than your dog.
I wasn't expecting that. Just take this one. I'm sorry. You're going to take that one? Yeah. We did. Check on those fingers, even though they're little. Mostly that's just for poop patrol. So we have no idea what they're going to ultimately look like, is what my point was. The mother's almost white and the father is very silver.
Small fingers.
Huh? He needs something to push his feet against, so he can't get everything up there. He wants stuff.
You know what?
How those claws feel pushing in on your arm?
Not bad yet. Wait till they get older.
We have three boys and a girl, and I wish I could tell you who has who right now, but I've been running at almost full height. When the first winter comes, the first fall, they're ready to run. So they grow.
What you doing? A bit like his mother.
His mother is actually almost all white. Yeah. His daddy is a very light color.
Wow, here I live at the Seacrest Wolf Preserve. I've only been alive for 12 days, and I'm being held by a movie star. A pretty cute little girl like that. Her name is Kennedy Bryce. Look for her in some more up-and-coming movies. Well, come see me here at the Seacrest Wolf Preserve. I'm sure she'll come back and see me too.
My name is Cynthia Watkins, and Mr. Wayne is down under the pavilion. We founded the Wolf Preserve in 1999 as a small, quiet conservation effort after supporting the wolf cause for many years, that is, wolves surviving in the wild. We never knew that it was going to grow and evolve into the great work that it has today, but we have become the largest wolf preserve in the southeastern part of the United States. And our purpose out on this 430-acre farm is to provide safe, humane habitat for the wolves, but just as importantly is to perform a very profound educational outreach on behalf of the natural world, building bridges of greater understanding and respect. Everybody say respect. Respect. For the natural world and all of these amazing species that live in it. You know that every single living entity on planet Earth has profound purpose and meaning from the hand of Creator. And we humans have done much to destroy and defile and annihilate a greater portion of it. So only a small portion of the true wild is left alive today. And we all must be thinking of ways that we can make a difference in helping keep what's left of it alive. Education is one of our last hopes left to raise the consciousness of humans about the importance of these living entities. And so someone once said, we will conserve only what we love only what we understand, and we understand only what we are taught. So that is a profound call again for education. We have taken the educational opportunity here at Seacrest with wolves and other wild species, if you're going on the small animal adventure, to the highest level. Meaning that if you visit other wolf sanctuaries, you will view the wolves through fences, through a glass window, or perhaps from a viewing platform, but you will not go in with them like we're about to do in just a moment. So again, we hope you can wrap your hearts around this very rare experience, because we know that when you, it's one thing to know about something, but it's another thing to actually know that something. And this is accomplished by allowing people hands-on with pure wolves. These are not wolf dogs, they are wolves. Now, I want to put your fears to rest before we enter by telling you that Little Red Riding Hood lied. The wolf is not the big bad guy, but indeed he is a very, very, very important species. In fact, wildlife scientists and biologists call the wolf a keystone species. You've all been under an archway, be it a stone or a brick archway. You look up in the top, you see a different stone or brick. That's the keystone, because it's holding all the others in place. And if that keystone becomes dislodged and shifts to the right or left, all of the other stones or brick in that archway become loosened as well, and the whole integrity of that arch is compromised and it can collapse. When a wolf is called a keystone species, that means that his contributions in the ecosystems in which he lives are so profound that the wolf, affects every single living entity in that ecosystem for the greater good, all the way down to the insects in the soil. Isn't that amazing? And when he's absent, that whole ecosystem can fall into varying stages of decay and collapse. And so there were once hundreds of thousands of wolves that roamed here in the lower 48. In fact, the original home range of the wolf began up in the Arctic, and it extended all the way down into Mexico. And recently, a Mayan tomb, either in Peru or some South American country, was unearthed, and inside of that Mayan tomb, they found the skeleton of a pure wolf. And of course, they can determine that it was a pure wolf by the skeletal structure of the skull and so forth. So the home range of the wolf once upon a time was very vast before the destructive two-legged species came along, which is us. And you know what? There have been wolf-human conflicts really from the beginning of time.
Hey, girl. She's coming around.
And same thing over here, you don't want to go much further than here. If something mingles through, it can mingle and not go over you. So, go ahead, just fill in wherever. And we're only going to be here for a couple minutes, and then we're going to start walking through the back anyway. So, it's not like a prime spot for the theater or anything. So, you're good right there. You don't want to go much further, any further past that. Filling on in so we get everything. The music, I had to call it up.
This way.
This is Greg Cloud who's going to wander through. Kisses are not optional, as you noticed. So don't get excited. Wildly, they're all shedding, as you see from the top up. They shed in like sheep, and not like your dog, where it's a steady part all over. Plus, most people have indoor dogs, or when you live down here, they shed stay pose. So it's sort of a hit or miss, so we try to get it when we can.
There's the muzzle greeting she was trying to attempt there.
She's also the youngest one in the pack, and actually, this is probably what is our first pack, and has our oldest. Love it. She's very self-centered. She's sure that you're all here. What is our first pack, and has our oldest. Love it. She's very self-centered. She's sure that you're all here because of her stay pose. So it's sort of a hit or miss, so we try to get it when we can.
There's the muzzle greeting she was trying to attempt there.
She's also the youngest one in this pack, and actually, this is probably what is our first pack, and has our oldest. Love it. She's wolves are very charismatic, and they're also very misunderstood. And they've been studied and watched. Hello, Miss Joy, we love you too. And that's why the more I notice myself, the more I read about wolves, the more different versions I have of things, or the more different studies that were done. So I'm sure there's no exact science to the whole existence of wolves, but we're going to try to give you as close of an idea as we know it. But they've had thousands of years to learn to be afraid of us. And as a wolf is one of the apex predators. Does anyone know what that means? See, in the movies and all the stories that we've read as kids are not true. Wolves do not attack things. They don't chase you down. They're not bloodthirsty. They're very family-oriented, very friendly for the most part. And it used to be the most widely spread out mammal there was. And now they're only in 6 states, and that's dwindling. The wolf that used to be around here is called the red wolf, and we don't have them anymore. They have recently reintroduced some up in the Carolinas. Unfortunately, I don't know if anybody's ever had to work with a government program, but they're not always quite like you hope. But they did reintroduce the red wolves into the Carolinas, hoping that that would kind of push. Coyotes are actually filling in where we're getting, when we get rid of the wolves, that's what's filling in that gap, and it's not really a desirable on a wolf in the ecosystem. In fact, they say they work well with crows. Crows will tell them where there's herds, and then wolves always leave food for crows. But when they hunt, do you know what they eat? Besides the bag of hamburgers. And if you ever can watch a wolf study a herd, they will watch it for sometimes up to 2 hours to pick which out of that herd. In front of them, and you think, why didn't you grab that one? It's right there. Because that wasn't the chosen one. So therefore, she wants you to step over and because that wasn't the chosen one. So if you deviate and you take off after that one, you're on your own, bucko. And when you're hunting things that are 1,000 pounds and you're 100 pounds, it's not going to happen for you. And that's why in the wild, their lifespan is probably half of what our old man here, Kiowa's 13 now. And he's doing great, I'm happy to say. But in the wild, 6 to 8 is probably more likely to be the lifespan. But a lot of that's due to injuries because of hunting, fights between packs, whatever. But our old guy, when he see him, he see probably 2 girls fighting over him. And in the scrap, he lost 6 of his ears. So that's the worst he ever had. That's not that bad. Diabetes and all that, we created all that. They virtually are still perfect because they have not had our help. And so, we're very independent. Good. Acres, we also had a spring that ran underneath it, so we were able to dam it up and leave a pond in each enclosure.
Hang on, Candy. If we can get everybody gathered up over here, please. I know they're very distracting, but I promise you I will show them to you in just a moment.
I know. And especially if you follow her, she'll go over there and you'll find out it's the girls that kind of bicker around. Wolves can cover 100 miles a day. They're amazingly athletic. And they have a trot that's about 5 miles an hour that they can literally do indefinitely. So when they're running all out, they can go, what is it, about 35 miles an hour, but for not an indefinite amount of time. But that trot, they're tracking one that's in California right now, and he came down through Orlando and through the north. Oregon. Sorry. I will introduce Gray Cloud over here, when they flop over, it's like your dogs at home. They're being very submissive and very... ability.
What?
Has enjoyed her all he can stand. After about 10 minutes of her being out, she follows him around, she dotes on him. But with her being older, she knows what the stakes are. So she goes up to Gray Cloud and she wants to fight for a position. Gray Cloud is still too young. She doesn't even know what the issue is that we're duking it out about yet. But Tahoe here does. They look like I'm a hot wolf, but wish they had no hair. They're going the same style as I am. Get rid of the hair, it's not a problem. But would you like one more meatball? One more? You don't touch your ass. I love you best.
These wolves communicate both with body posture, with smells, with noises. All of this comes into play, and one of the ways they communicate is obviously scent marking. Like Candy said, the alpha's urine will actually smell different than that of the other members of the pack. So other wolves know when they approach a territory that there is an active alpha in that area, and they know not to try to interfere with that. Another way that they communicate is the positioning of their tail. As we said, alphas will hold their tail up like a flag. Other wolves in the pack will submit, and there's many different ways they can submit. The tail posture is one, where they tuck the tail back there, and that shows that I am not trying to be a threat in any way, shape, or form. Another way to submit is something that Gray Cloud may do at some point to some of you guys. I don't know if she was over here, I couldn't see, but that's to show their belly. When a dog bellies up to you, this comes right from the wolf. When they are belly up, that is their most vulnerable position on their body. So when they're doing this, they're submitting to you, and they're also leaving themselves completely at your mercy at this point. So that is an amazing compliment from a dog of really any animal. That is their most vulnerable spot. So that is a high compliment when an animal does this to you. If we're later in the day now, we'll get to wake these guys up a little better and get them to howl. How we do this is I'm going to count to 3. And when I do this, I need everybody to give me their happiest, I feel so lucky to be here with wolves, and see if we can wake these nocturnal animals up and get them to participate. Our biggest howler is right back here, Miss Tahoe. So if we can get her participating and letting these guys know she's talking, they'll probably talk back to Miss Tahoe, because they're not going to howl to us, but they'll probably howl to Miss Tahoe, who's begging for attention back there from you guys.
Again, why she's a special wolf.
She is our special howling wolf. So on the count of 3, let's all give our big happy howls, okay? 1, 2, 3. same tone at the same time. Adjust. All right, get more this time. Are you ready?
Gotta mean
Big
it.
happy house. Huh?
I said you gotta mean it.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta mean it. That's right, Kitty. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Let's all get up, and as usual, do not stick your hands through any fence out here. Fences are there for a reason. Unless a volunteer tells you to do so, respect the boundary of the fence. gray wolf. The gray wolf met. There was a professional photographer here, and that photo is now called the reunion, where they just held that moment, and everything was blissful for them. So they were reunited. We had some very dedicated military volunteers out here at the time who rallied together because Spirit was choosing this spot, and he still does rather well. So that is what Cynthia calls him, our hero wolf, because he taught us a lot of lessons that we had just let slip our minds about being thankful for what you have and overcoming any obstacle that gets in your way. So Spirit is still our hero wolf, and we love every second we still have with this animal. So,
like I was saying even in the first pack, when I said it's not always the biggest, the baddest, it's the alpha size that makes the difference. It's more an attitude, a personal thing. And that's why, good example, you would think, why would a three-legged wolf be the toughest one here?
Have the battles that they would in the wild as far as trying to feed themselves and mating and things like that, because we're here to intervene. So they don't sustain those.
At an early age, he thought, you know, I could be an alpha, why not? Well, he was in a pack that already had an alpha, and he was just a very young juvenile. So it didn't float well with the older ones, and he wanted to take over the pack. So it was kind of for his own protection that he was removed out of that, where in the wild he could have didn't come down. They thought that there was already a pack there. So you wish they all would jump on that bandwagon, but it's a start. So, any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you prevent them from mating, and if so, how?
We do. We have a very credible breeding program here. Wolves only estrus once a year. When they get up and get organized, get moving after their slumber during the hot day, they are known to howl to gather their pack together to let's see what we're going to do for this evening and get together and get organized and get moving. So that is why people think wolves howl at the moon, because they get up
You know, obviously you can't do the whole thing because, let's face it, the wolf has enjoyed all he can stand after about 2. So we just do sort of abbreviated ones. But was that pretty good, buddy? Fortunately, he wasn't even here yet in February. He's only 7 weeks. So he missed it entirely, but we're planning to do it next year. So, I tell you what.
February the 2nd.
Groundhog Day. Do we have a, let me just set that right there. I'm going to see if we can, here you can have a couple of them. I think he wants more formula. Tell you what, I'm just going to pass them on over here for a second if you'd like to hold them. There you go. And, oh, you better hold him. Here, take out your lap. There you go. But he's, oh, he is so cute. Sit back here.
does, don't he?
They are diggers.
They're diggers. They like them little
And
worms.
this is their enrichment area. They get to come in here and play sometimes, and they go digging around. They love that corner over there in front of the Arctics. One more time, Jeff.
Hey, buddy. What's up? What's new? What's new?
Did you get the whole skunk there? Gotta hold the skunk. And the groundhog.
What's new, guys? What's new?
So you just want to hold your hand on the outside of the pen. And he'll stick his hand out and actually take it out. Just like that.
One more.
Alright, tell me when you're ready. Alright.
Crunchies.
Here we go.
Crunchies for you. Crunchies for you. Crunchies for you.
It's alright. Ready? You ready?
He's giving it to you. 4 times. He's like, why don't you put your mouth on? Yeah.
Somebody's got a skunk that's not eating.
No, these guys have a scent.
Oh, is that that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fox. Foxes have scent.
Really?
Mid senses, yeah. They have sensors in their legs. Their haunches, back in their haunches.
Then that might have been fox that I heard. I could smell just like that.
Skunk will blind you.
Yeah.
They're commonly called that, but he's a gray fox species. That's one's indigenous to the southeast. He looks red when you see him in your headlights because of this red. He changes during the year. He'll be more red sometimes than others, but he is a gray fox.
Kennedy, is he the one?
Still wild. If you see one in your yard, don't you do that? Okay. No wild animals, Dave.
Well, look at Daddy.
Try it again.
It's kind of adapted.
Is Daddy really?
Look at Daddy.
Hey, Dave, what's your name?
Kennedy Bryce.
And you were here today at the wolf encounter?
Yes.
Tell me, what was the best thing of the whole encounter?
Well, having the wolves kiss me I love that. I love it when like wild animals that aren't actually tame, they're just adapted to humans, like love people and snuggle up to them.
Okay, you're kind of special. What are you doing now here in Tallahassee?
I'm doing a movie.
A movie? How many movies have you been in?
About 6 or 7.
You have a leading role in this one, right?
Yep.
What's the name of this movie?
Gold Tooth.
Sounds good. Who else is in it? Anybody you know?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Okay, it's being made by Florida State. Who's making it?
Florida State Film School.
Oh, fantastic. Who are some of the famous actors that you worked with?
Jeff Foxworthy and DJ Caruso.
Okay, what about is anybody else?
I don't.
Kilmer?
Oh yeah, Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah, that's just a nobody. So, what is the basic instinct that you have for wolves? What is it about wolves that you like?
Well, I like the colors that they come in, and they're so fast and powerful. And the puppies I saw earlier, I expected them to be like kind of weak and couldn't swim around in my arms that much, but they pushed and they were really strong. And I asked them why that was and what made them so strong, and they said most of their bodies had a lot of muscle on them, and they had to use all that muscle to in case like something like a wolf's enemy or something attacked.
What would you tell kids and their parents about Seacrest Wolf Preserve?
I would tell them that at Seacrest Wolf Preserve, you shouldn't be afraid of the animals because they're not going to hurt you only if you treat them properly and go by the rules.
Do you think that the Seacrest Wolf Preserve is a worthy organization?
Yes, I do.
You would ask them to come here and visit and help support the foundation to preserve wolves and their education?
Of course.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me to that. Talk to the people and tell them why they should come to the Seacrest Wolf Preserve.
Why they should come to the Seacrest Wolf Preserve is the money they pay for concessions, stuff at the gift shop, and their entry fees. It all goes to the animals. And I want them to help the animals and experience the animals up really, very up close. And some of the animals you can't hold and pet and stuff like that. But there are a lot more animals that you can hold and pet and stuff like that than you can't. Some of the animals, most of the animals you can't pet they don't interact with people that much, and they don't have a proper interaction with people.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell anybody?
Well, what I want to tell most people is that they should not always be afraid of nature and stuff like that, but again, they should leave it alone. Because if they go up petting a wolf like you can here, they might get like their arm bitten off or something, because the wolves in the wild aren't adapted to humans. So if you come here and you think that every animal is nice, don't go running up to like a fox or raccoon, because you could get your finger bitten off, and that'd be really dangerous stuff like that. So.
Well, you know what? I wish you all the luck in the world on this new movie you're putting out, and I got to tell you, I feel in my heart you're going to go a long way. God bless you, and thank you very much.
What we should do is people should not litter, because some paper items and plastic items can leave, if they're there for a long time, they can leave toxic things on the ground. And like the burrowing animals, like the groundhog, it could go into their soil and harm and affect them. And wolves, if you litter on a wolf's territory, they burrow too. And there could be puppies right under where you throw the plastic and toxic items, and that could kill the puppies and big wolves. My bracelet says I oppose any wolf hunting, and I think that should be the rule for all times, because ladies and stuff don't have to wear fancy clothes like that. And I understand that the Indians didn't have any other cloths to make clothes out of, so they had to use the leather. And I think the animals let them use the leather because they didn't have anything else. But now the ladies have shirts, t-shirts, pretty dresses, and they don't have to use animal fur. They just want to. And I do not think we should hunt these animals. These animals are beautiful and free. And some of them do need to be held in a big enclosure like this, but they shouldn't be held in a trap like a tiny trap cage with their foot locked in. That is wrong. I think lawmakers should not let people hunt wolves, raccoons, anything like that. I don't want them to, but most people do hunt deer for food, and that is kind of effective to wolves, because that's lowering their food population. But again, it's food for people too. And so I go against that, but the law doesn't. And the law usually goes against wolf killing, but some people slip it on by without anyone seeing. And I don't think anyone should kill an animal as beautiful and as graceful as a wolf. And I respect anyone who goes against that.